Welcome back, everybody. My name is Ace. This is the Wolves Garage channel, and your watch begins with TemTem. If you're just looking for gameplay, you're looking for the vibe of the game, I'll put a description box time code, as always, beneath, as well as the other useful links that you should definitely make use of when you have the time. Now, TemTem, after roughly 7 hours of playing the game, I think I can surmise the vibe as Digimon made by Pokemon creators, or Pokemon created by Digimon folk. I'm not entirely sure, but I can't shake the feeling that a lot of it feels like Digimon, but it also very much is just Pokemon. The basic Pokemon genre, the formula, it's all there. You get your 6 creatures, you travel across the world, you explore, you discover, you train, you beat some gym bosses, or in this case, they are called dojo bosses, and you figure out the narrative as you move along, trying to put your team together. Although, there's a couple of interesting things that we will encounter that definitely make it a little different. For example, the vast majority of battles are just straight up double battles, even in the wild. There's a surprisingly quality of life. There's no PP counter, like the usable counters of skills. There's a stamina bar, and if you run out of stamina, you can still use your skills, but you start hurting yourself. There's like little tweaks and twists that give use to greater tactics. A big one to this as well is unique abilities that play off your partner. As in, if they use a particular ability, then perhaps that ability that they're going to use themselves might have an empowering effect. Or if they are of a certain type, if your partner is of a certain type, your abilities have a certain benefit. It's a lot of things like that that facilitate a much more feeling of tactics. I'm not really sure if it's indeed the case, but it feels like there is more tactics involved. This is my character right now. You get some basic customization, and as you traverse through the world, you can spend money to unlock more customization in these particular clothing stores. I currently have a basic evolved version of one of the starters, the mental starter. There's also a fighter starter and like a crystal starter. Tank, DPS, and then I guess DPS focused, I imagine. My team is not doing too hot. I've been switching out members of my party significantly, trying to find units that look good. Because I always build my parties based on what looks the best. And Spriol looks good if he's evolved. Platypus is the final version of Platypet, which seems alright. I'm not planning to keep Tental. I'm not planning to keep 2Y. I am planning to keep Umishi, but in its evolved form, possibly. I'm not sure. There are so many creatures I don't know yet. I have looked at tier lists. I've looked at like the actual wikis to get a feel for the creatures. It's also one of the reasons I noticed that a lot of them look like Digimons, including the one that's beneath or like behind me. You'll always have somebody walking behind you. It's always the first creature. The first two are always the ones that get summoned first, so you can control that. But if I wanted to have somebody else on the number 1 spot, then I could instantly do that, which is very lovely. Although be in mind, because I mentioned these tactics, right? Placement sometimes matters, depending on what your tactic is and how it works. Because things can backfire, like chain lightning, but sometimes you want them to backfire, because if you get hit by lightning, you might heal. Because there's actual things like that, where you heal when you get hit by lightning or other effects. This is a basic Poke Center. There are bigger ones. There's also a shop connected to it. It's very compact. Very compact. I do want to buy some additional Tem cards here, so let's buy that. These are your basic Pokeballs. You have your basic heals, as well as your stamina replenishments. And whatnot. There's also food, which is interesting. That's part of this particular village for the first time, where you can have basic health points, but also TVs, the reduction and the increasing of that. TVs are trainer engaged points. TVs and SVs. SVs are like the natural benefits, the natural talents. The higher the number, the better. It goes up to 50. As you can see, the starter, the one that I couldn't really farm. Not many green ones there. And then the TVs are based on kills on TemTems. So if you do a lot of killing of TemTems with attack-based skills, they will notice a noticeable increase in attack-based TVs. It, however, does seem that there is a limit to how many you can gain. Hence, the foods that specifically remove certain TVs so you can then enhance other specific TVs. Because there's also a whole breeding system that optimizes all kinds of shenanigans. I think there's a breeding... Yeah, you see this little fossil-looking egg? Yeah, there's a whole breeding system with DNA strings and fertility, because that's what this thing is, by the way. The little leaf, that's the fertility indicator. It's a whole thing, but you can only have breeding happening so often before breeding no longer is allowed. It's confusing, but it does allow for a tremendous amount of min-maxing. Anyway, there is so much to do in this game, and considering it has been just released, it's quite lovely. Let's actually look for some combat, because I did have to go back to heal, because like I said, my party wasn't doing too hot. I am actually wondering which ones are quite lovely. Red crystal is slippery. I don't have the skates yet, so I can't get there. There are shinies in the floor. Those are hidden objects. Sometimes they're items, sometimes they're stickers. There's quests. Once you can do side quests, they can give you attacks and really good items, or they give you barely anything. It's really hit and miss. A lot of walking back and forth, but there are rumored to be fast travel options later in the game. And we already have a consumable fast travel, which is a smoke bomb. Very useful, very useful. All right, here we go. As you can see, it's always double fights. Always is a big exaggeration. It's like 90% is double fights. 2 fighter boys, Ryber and Rise. I think this is the first step in the evolution. That's the second, and then there's another one. But I think I'm just going to start tapping. We do have a fire TemTem out. So let's hit him with a water and just a basic mental attack. This should nearly take him out, or downright take him out. Nearly. Okay. As you can see, there's also passive. Each creature has a passive. Some of them, or most of them, have like really interesting effects. Others literally have no effect at times, which is a little concerning. Let's split that, do water blade here. Oh, I could have done tsunami. It's whatever. We'll keep it saved for another one. Yeah, you have your basic health bar. You see the blue bar? That is your stamina bar. The more powerful the attack, the more costly the requirement is. There you go. Now, as you can see, I have less stamina than I have than the cost, which means it starts taking it from the health bar. So you can kill yourself, as can the enemy. It's the amount of times I missed being able to capture a TemTem because they killed themselves. It's greater than 1, which is embarrassing in its own right. Now you do regain some stamina each turn, but it's never really enough. You can skip a turn by using the rest option. You get a little bit more back, which is lovely, but otherwise not a big deal. Yeah, we'll just do a fin. Don't really have a lot of stamina here. Yep, using fire on the water, that makes sense. As you can see, dies due to overexertion. Just like that. We won because of that. Nice, good, some numbers. Lovely. If anybody is wondering why I have a TemTem that's getting XP, despite not being in battle, that is because he's using an item. Because you can equip items. Also seals. I'm not entirely sure what those are yet. I have yet to discover those. 6, 7 hours in. I've done a lot of side quests. A Coward's Cloak is essentially just your XP share item. So that's what's happening there. So there is XP share. That's always one of the things I am curious about. Because back in the day, there wasn't anything like that. It was just given to you. or you had to continuously switch out the creature you were trying to train. I think that's the evolution of the one we have. Yes. Don't tell me those are not just... They look like Totodile, right? Am I the only one? I'm getting big-ass Totodile vibes from it. Ooh, okay. A double Spriol. I don't have a Fire Boy yet, but it would have been lovely if I did. Water will most likely empower them. So we're just going to go with a very cheap, but also a very weak attack. Using the right attacks is so bloody important. Not just for combo's sake, but also sometimes they heal or get empowered if you use the wrong attack. Grass creatures often have an ability that makes it so that they get empowered if you use a water attack. Let's see if they actually have one here. They could also have a different passive. It is very possible they have a grass empowering passive. A nature empowering passive. Let's see. Ow. Yep, yeah, see, botanist, so his nature attacks are a little stronger. Let's get Skunk out. I really need to probably put Skunk out as my main unit and use the water one with the XP share. I probably should do that. Let's do a kick. And let's do a fierce claw. Skunk is a normal fighter type. He's considered, he's highly regarded right now. High on the tier lists. Which is why, and you can get access to him quite early. At least his pre-evolution. And his passives are really good. It's just like pure damage up, which is really, really nice. So he does a lot of damage. And since he's neutral, he doesn't really get countered often. At least not in this early game. Very good. Let's go with a telekinesis and a wind burst. Or telekinetic, not telekinesis. There you go. Wind burst. Beautiful. Right. Yep, there's my main down. Umbrella. Even with the umbrella, we took enough damage. Umbrella is an item that resists water damage. Yeah, let's get Spriol out. It's water. Spriol is grass, right? As you can see, the card, the poke card, so to speak, had a different color. Because it was I captured this creature with a more powerful poke, I keep calling it pokeballs, but a more powerful capture device was the +1. They are red as opposed to the regular ones. So if you care about the aesthetics of your cards, of your oh, I can't show them, your Tem cards, yeah. Because this one is like, I believe the regular Tem card is white, Tem card Plus is red. I have not yet been able to find a way to switch that. So aesthetically, that's really bothering me. Am I the only one who cares about that? Probably. But like I said, I built my parties and my groups based on what I think looks cool and is badass, right? I'm a very visual person. So having like this one this one Tem card be a different color, mildly infuriating. All right, we have the ability to do a nice AoE attack here. They're both full energy, so deciding to go for one or the other based on their energy levels is not really relevant right now. They're all attacking the bird because he doesn't. The bird doesn't have reduced damage. Okay, let's do a sharp leaf on you. Since we exerted here, we do get stunned. That's what happens when you use an attack that uses overexertion. Unless otherwise specified, you do have to take a turn, a forced turn to rest after it. There you go. Scunch. Nah, Spriol, same thing. But that's alright. We'll just do a wind blast here. But as you can see, if you don't have good tactics or a good party, you are constantly just grinding against a war that is an attrition you cannot sustain. Let's get Skunk Shot. He's so good. Even his attacks are like very combo heavy, which is very lovely. You see these lines? I can't use these attacks right now. Can't use them. Cannot use them. These are hold lines, which means I have to hold up to one turn. Because it's our turn right now, so that's hold 1. We can use hold 1. This requires hold 2. And this requires hold 4. Health Hanger is really, really powerful. It's an execute move, pretty much. There's only a few creatures I have encountered so far that survived the hit, and they still took massive, massive damage. But most of the time, it's just downright one-shot. It's great. It's very good. Oh, yep. You know that cave back in the first generation, the second generation of Pokemon, where all those Zubots just ruin your life? Anybody remember that cave? Because I still wake up in my 30s with cold sweat thinking about that damn cave. Certain places are very similar to this. But I did mention quality of life, right? What the hell is mucus? I'm terrified and I feel like I need a shower. Anyway, like I was saying, there is scent. That's quite cheap as well. And in this game, when scent runs out, it's essentially a repel. When it runs out, oh, a trainer. It actually asks you if you want to reapply, which is really quality of life. Ooh, there you go. Very lovely. And there's also another important thing that might make you understand why sustain is so seemingly so destructive, so difficult if you don't have like the perfect team. Well, Platypet is going to the graveyard. Yeah, why? Not really that unexpected. As a level 15, I recently caught him. I randomly stumbled upon him. Tail Strike, because this is turn 2. We'll throw in a Sharp Leaf on the water dude. Look at that. Brawny is essentially just physical attack damage up. I think it's 15%? Or is it 20%? Some nice number. Toxic Skin. Yeah, you attack the Calibus with this particular trade, you get poisoned. And poison is painful. And it does stay after combat. Which is most regretful. There you go. Nice little hit there. Toxic Skin. Sharp Leaf. Nice. Poison still counts after battle as well. As you can see, we took damage on both sides. And we lost Spriel as a result. Little frustrating, you know? But I guess it makes sense. Right, so our send is active. I was going to show you something. You see this item next to the minimap? That's a hotkey, by the way. You can click it. And then you get immediately put here the Teminescence Vial. I call it the Estus Flask. But essentially, it has one charge. And it can bring out full heal everybody. It's incredible. That's a double fight right there. That's an item over there. Oh, another item. You see this square right there? That's also pickable and usable items that lay on the floor somewhere. Might be a Tem card. Might be a revive. Who knows what it is? We'll find out in due time. All right, let's see. Oh, look, it's me, but before my puberty kicked in. In that case, let's find out if puberty was detrimental or productive. Seemed like it was pretty productive. All right. Top right, we can, by the way, see the amount of TemTems they have. They have 3. We killed 1. This is also one of the starters, by the way. Crystal. Oh, and that's... There you go. You have all 3 starters right now. You saw the first one. That was the very first evolution of the one we have right here. But that's the mental starter. This is the fighter starter. Very powerful. Lots of fighting damage. And this is the tank starter. I actually thought they were nature, but they're actually crystal. And they're super sturdy. Like annoyingly so at times. Alright, here. This is a TM skill that I'm going to use. Yep, there you go. Doesn't seem like absolute overkill. Ooh, Amphibian. He got a bonus there. Double damage. Also quadruple damage. You have double damage, quadruple damage. And you also have half damage and only 25% damage take. There you go. That's another double. Knocked out. Okay. Let's do a kick. We exerted ourselves a little too much. We're showing off. Tentol gone. And I just brought him back. Oh, no, he's still here. He's just nearly dead. Close enough. Wait, can I do a kick? Yeah. Can I do a kick? Pin fit? Yep. Should have done a regular attack. No, we're just... that must have been pixel perfect. We take it. Scunge is level 31. Very good. Let's move up. There's another double fight there. So let me actually do the thing that I was supposed to do a long time ago. And then we go to the items of Skunk. Yep. Unequip. And we go to Umshi or Mishi and actually change the item. Change to the Coward's Cloak. Skunk will get... we have a couple of items. Let's do Decoy. That way I can keep retreating from random fights. Let me actually eat some medicine. I am playing really, really poorly. I was actually planning to like do a lot of farming, but it might look a little weird here on a video where I'm just going to go through it to give you guys a good idea of what's going on and what is what. I do have Balm, which is the basic health pot. Yeah, let's do that. Time to fight the grannies. There we go. Scale and scale. This is the pre-evolution of our squirrel right here, of Scunge. Very nice. You do see a lot of them, which is actually not a bad thing. I wonder if Scale is the most frequently shiny caught unit so far, because you see them very often in the early game. Shinies, by the way, are called Lumas, I believe, in this game. I've seen a few. Oh, there you go. Proof. Scunge. Very lovely. They are normal, so I believe they don't take kindly to mental attacks, or is the other way around? I think they are vulnerable to mental attacks. Yes, we are not susceptible to normal attacks. They, however, times 4. Ooh, that's gonna hurt. Enough to knock him out in one delightful hit. Oh, another one. They just can't get enough. That's gonna require... kind of want to show off Health Anger. Low-key. There's a lot of moves in this game, by the way, for anybody who's wondering, that definitely give me Dragon Ball Z Super vibe. This is one of them. Yep. There you go. He moved so quickly, you couldn't see him. There's also a move that's like straight up that scene where Goku goes super Ultra Instinct and like hits Jiren, but you don't actually see him hit. It's just a flash and then a bunch of blows. There's a move exactly like that in this game. Aqua Bullet Hell. It's a special. 62. For 20, huh? I don't hate that. But do I care? Yeah, toxic water cannon is like the toxic ability. If combined with a toxic ally, it also applies poison, which is very lovely. Tsunami is just an AoE, but doesn't really proven to be useful because I really need a combination unit with that, which is what I'm planning in the end game. Yeah, see, if it's air units, you also apply the damage gets boosted, but you also apply cold. It's actually really good to have Umishi with 2Y then. That makes a lot more sense. There was also a double trainer fight right here. But sometimes they are just not paying attention, and then you can opt in to fight them, which is very kind. You don't have to always forcefully do it. All right, very good. By the way, if you're wondering, if you catch a TemTem, you also get battle information. You have to catch them, which is a little annoying, as opposed to just fighting them or countering them. But you get to see what they do based on the circles. White just means you don't know, I believe. Red means bad. I think green is good, or is it blue that's good? I'm not sure. Lowlies have been so frustrating in the early game to me. So very frustrating. There you go. 36 on Tental. Banape. Ah, yes, the fire sheep. Let's hit him with this and a till strike to make sure he dies. I don't want to get burn on me. Never mind, he beat me on speed. So the burn was placed. Yeah, a lot of afflictions in this game as well. There's even an affliction if you get it on you. You will die if you don't finish the fight before it runs out. I think it's called Doom. Found that out the hard way. Yeah, let's hit him with that. Very good. He's asleep for one turn. Wakes up. This means we can kick him to death. There we go. Beautiful. Oh, a toxic for a well, and then it kills me. Yep, that's a passive you can get. Toxic for a well. That is mean, but it is what it is. There are interesting effects. I'm not sure that if they are bugs or not. For example, there's a passive that makes you take no poison damage or heals from poison damage, but the poison dot still does damage to you even if you have that trait, which is weird. Gazuma damaged. Ah, the collectible, but not an undamaged one. Oh, it's a bomb we got there. Let's see. Untamed encounters are reduced. Okay, that's weird. Ooh. That's the one I want to get at some point. And then there's another evolution after that as well. Let's do a Fierce Claw. Multiple pecks. Double kick. Oh yeah, this bird, by the way, that's the Eevee of this game, for anybody who's wondering. Or if finds that lovely to know. This bird can only be transformed in certain places in the game, and when you transform it in the game, determines which version he becomes. And there's a lot of them. Like there's ice, nature, melee, fire, digital. Probably am forgetting a few. All right, no more shinies there. There are shinies over here. Come on, shiny, shiny. Yeah. Dojo Master Nella. Tonic Plus, +2. Where does this lead to? Oh, this just goes back to over here. Alright. Which means I can actually reach that particular site. Let's see. Can I get a picture of you? Nope. Just wonderful. Yep. Talk to Paparazzo. Who is where? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Nobody cares. What do you want, Ara? Something to ask of you. Needs a mentor. She's young, but talented. I'll tell her next time I am in Turquesa, which is the beginning area. So quests also surpass areas. And this is, by the way, the quality of life I'm referring to when it comes down to things like scent. Now, we don't want it, so we can press no. But otherwise, you can just automatically reapply it. All right, another shiny that we saw when we entered this zone. That's actually one of the TemTems I want to get. That's also a high-quality one. Damage stickers, by the way, are just like sellables, I believe, to certain collectors. And then there's also like a whole sticker book that you can fill up as a... where was that item again? Yeah, here, Stick'em album set. And you can collect them all, and then if you have 20, I believe you get a bunch of items. Or a bunch of rewards. Even releasing TemTems gives you rewards at a specific NPC, which is very lovely. You can definitely see that they have listened to the community and some of their ideas and such and implemented them or gave them their own twist or are just very clever people. I am definitely enjoying this more than certain Pokemon games I've played in the past. I will admit that. Although, in terms of personal preference, I struggle to find really badass TemTems yet so far. Alright. Got it. Since you also had another quest. Get some purple paint from... Yeah, right. So it's another quest we have to continue and pursue. I think it actually means we have to go back at some point to the starting area, the starting zone. I think that's a fight. Yep. Wary fruit picker. What kind of TemTems is it gonna throw? Oh, okay. It's been a minute since I've seen the bird. Is it still the word? Let's go hard. He does have 4 of them. Okay. Toxic farewell. Half damage. Level 27. Very good. Pidgeapig. Damn, I wish I had my lightning boy now. That would be really nice. Really useful. Ah, yeah. We also have AoE attacks. The bird has a special in this form where AoE attacks are buffed by 25%. Right. We're going to lose both here. Because the poison will take me, and if not, the attack here will take me. Yep. Expected. That's okay. That's alright. We'll just use our mostly under-leveled creatures. I'm sure it'll be fine, right? This is one of those moments where you either swim or you drown. You can target the same unit. If they die, the attack isn't lost. It just moves to the ones that are still alive. So much for my unit there. Nice, level up. Umishi's coming out. Banappi. Oh, that's great. Because that's a fire one, and we just brought out a water one. So let's take care of that quickly. Ooh, nice. I was expecting him to take a lot of damage, not to downright die. So it's kind of a bit of a waste to do an AoE attack now. But that's okay. Ferric is down because we have Botanist, but a little bit more damage. Very good. Look at that. Impressive. Is that another fight? Don't tell me that's another fight. I probably should catch him. Because if you don't have the Poke card, or the Tempt card, I will forever screw it up, alright? I will forever mess that up. You know if it's already caught or not. In this case, there's no card, so we don't have it. And that's okay. If he lives, if she lives, we'll catch him. If they live. They did live. Tem card plus. Tem card plus. There you go. Because it takes the turn of the creature you are currently selected with. There you go. You can see the immediate SVs. That's actually pretty good. Speed is high. HP is maxed out. Special attack is actually quite good. Caffeinated makes it so he can't fall asleep. It's actually a pretty good one. Pretty decently rolled, except for like the defense, special defense, and stamina. That's a little unfortunate. Because special attacks are like the special moves that require more stamina but hit harder. Yet attacks typically require less stamina but are less extreme. We'll send him to the Tem deck. Level 22. Very good. One of the things I do like is that you can constantly switch out your abilities. If I wanted to get Nimble in, I could just do that on the fly. You could never do that with Pokemon, I don't think. I may have to use a revive here. Grandpa, which is the final evolution of the bird we just caught. Now the question is, can we take him out? He's level 30. Let's see if we can do some damage here. Ooh, okay. Last rush. Let's see if it actually does more damage. May want to throw in the revive here. Well, we don't have to. I can just do sharp leave. Yeah, let's do a sharp leave. Guaranteed to win there. Beautiful. Nice. Then we can move forward. Ooh, shiny. Lots of shinies here. Another damaged one. Another damaged one. The female scyther is what I refer that TemTem to. Alright, so it definitely looks like there's something important going on here. Approaching the giant banyan. Wooden colossus. Okay. Oh, it's Carlos. Yeah, he's working the case and doing all that. Not gonna spoil the text too much. Get to the pond, find something, get back. Signed authority, ulterior signed by Thahani. You got this from Carlos. Okay, very good. So we have access. Yeah. Ambush the off-duty Baseltas at the pond. So we have to move through there. Ah, we're not allowed in at this moment in time. Because we have to move back to the other space and actually get that sorted. It's empty, so let's smoke bomb. And we'll go from there. Loading doesn't take too long, which is impressive in its own right. Yep, let's turn in this quest. A nice pillow at the side of the turn, restore temperature of max HP of a sleep TemTem. Which is curious. But there are moves that are powerful and they put you to sleep. So that could be a little combo, although caffeinated with a move like that means that the attack that gets more powerful because there's a downside won't actually have a downside. And there's a lot of things like that. A lot of little tricks, a little ooh, shiny. A lot of neat little decisions you can make. Kind of want to see if I can get my stickers out. These are my items. These are TMs, basically, the TCs. There it is. There's the album. I got a couple of stickers here. Can I find... Yep, there's one. Look at that. Here's the other one. Very good. Oh boy. Finding the right ones is something else. Did I not see this outline before? I really feel like I've seen it. I can feel it. I know I've seen it before. Might have been having flashbacks of something else, but it's all good. Yeah, some of them are TemTems, other are people. There's even places. One of the first ones you find is a castle. I feel like I might have already scrolled past it. Trying to specifically find the TemTem one. This can drive me up a wall just permanently and downright indefinitely. Yeah, see, there's a castle. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. But thank you all so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the initial impression of TemTem. I've been streaming it. I will most likely continue to stream it. There's plenty left to do. You can find it on Steam. It's a bit on the pricey side. But if you enjoy Pokemon, it's probably quite a decent, worthy price. If you like those type of games. Anyway, have a good rest of your days. Thank you so much for tuning in. Check the links in the description box once again. And as always, I'm out!